What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Diamond is Unbreakable, baby. Ooh, this episode was awesome, guys. Where we had JoJo and Josuke hunting rats. Yes, you heard me. Hunting rats. And it was awesome. We got to see the return of the world. Well, Star Platinum is the world. So anyway, without further ado, let's begin. So it starts off, we got JoJo actually rocking a new getup. Well, it's not too new, it's pretty much the same outfit, white, but like his hat is different and he like wore a new jacket, I guess, for the occasion. So the J now is actually like a dolphin. So I think I guess this is JoJo's hunting outfit, I guess. Don't know why he's not just wearing camo, but whatever. Let's wear white when you're going when you're going in there, even though it's gonna dirty it up like crazy. Anyway, so JoJo tells Josuke, so I'm gonna be going on a hunting trip, Josuke, and you're coming with. And then Josuke does this this nice little where I was like, are you looking for hotties with hot bodies? Because if you are, I should tell you I'm more the romantic, so I don't know if I'm gonna do well. And he says, we're hunting rats. He says that he totally she came clean, and said that he also stabbed a rat with a bow and arrow, and so that they're gonna be hunting that rat to kill it, because whatever. So we're now going rat hunting. We get over there, and then after the OP place, which probably Toonami of course cut the OP for this one. It was pretty good all around. It was for like cuts. It's a decent one, but I just wish Toonami didn't cut the OPs. I don't know why they do that. Maybe it's just to have more room for ads. If I had to guess, because they usually chop them around 30 seconds, which I think leads more time for ads. So I think that's probably the reason why they do chop the OPs. It's probably for more of that ad revenue. Anyway. And so they get over there to the track. So they get over there to like the forest or jungle or whatever. They go to the hunting grounds after they take a little test shots with these little metal balls they're going to be using to kill the rat. They're going to be using these. So JoJo does it first. Show him off. Does hits these cannons right there. Hits them all on their target. Tells Josuke to do it, and then he gets one but misses the other one, but just barely missed the can. So he said, "I give that about an 85." And then JoJo kind of trying to lays all the pressure on, telling him not to fly, because he tells him about how you can that you need composure over speed when you're hunting. So if you take the shot and miss, the rat ain't gonna come into your range. Ain't gonna be able to come in those range. So hold your fire till you can hit the shot. As JoJo slowly makes his way closer and closer and closer to Josuke, also pointing his finger at him. So there's like, yeesh, somebody. I like Josuke. He says he internally thinks like, geez, this dude knows how to make you feel at ease. So they go about, when did JoJo become a master hunter? Like, this man's like Craven the Hunter. When did he learn this? Somebody please explain me, when did JoJo learn how to become a hunter? Did he just go to the library and looked up how to hunt brown rats? Does he know this from heart? Did he hunt when he was a kid with his mother? Did Josuke teach him? Or not Josuke, Joseph teach him? Who taught this man his hunting knowledge? Does he have some hunting friends back in where he's from? Does he have friends there? Whatever the case may be, and how JoJo suddenly knows how JoJo knows how to hunt remains to be seen. So they look around, they find these tracks. And JoJo gets a bunch of hunting knowledge, which I swear this is probably a Rocky. He probably did a ton of research when he was writing these chapters. I'm hunting. He was probably reading textbooks. You're okay, how does one hunt dead rats? Because Google wasn't a thing yet. But then when Rocky was writing Diamond is Unbreakable, this was because if I remember correctly, Diamond is Unbreakable was written back in the 90s, if I think so. It was either the 90s or the 80s. It was one of those two decades. Anyway. So they find these rat tracks. They find out that there's just indeed a brown rat, because they're very agile swimmers, and he gives a bunch of knowledge about rats. And it says there's a tick on the leaf, which means this means that this is feeding grounds for rodents. I don't know. This is just a lot of hunting mumbo jumbo. So they find leading to this little drainage, which is probably where they're nesting. And he says, all right, they're most likely someone's nesting there. So they laid out some traps and set a camera to pick it up to see what the hell these rats are, what they're gonna do. And so Josuke checks the traps he would use, and Josuke isn't using, or Jotaro, I should say, not Josuke. Jotaro isn't using cheese. He's using a chunk of tempura. Why, you may ask? Why not cheese? I mean, we all know rats love cheese. That's kind of common. Because Jotaro said that cheese is too luxurious for a common rat. I love Jotaro. I love Jojo. He's like, you rats, cheese is too luxurious for you. You get fucking tempura. Tempura. Peasant food. No, that's tempura. I've never had tempura myself. I'm like, what's tempura anyway? Isn't that like fried shrimp? Right? That's what tempura is. Fried shrimp, right? Anyway, but yeah, he ends up using that as cheese. And so Josuke sees all these flies circling this one area, like vultures. It's like, what the hell? Why are there so many flies here? Did someone die? And they see, and my God. Dear God, Araki, you grotesque motherfucker. We see a bunch of rats being fused together in like a cube of flesh. And it is disgusting. It looks like jelly it looks like jelly that's made out of flesh with rats in it. And so Jotaro grabs the sticks and pokes it, and blood just oozes out of it. Ugh. And right after that, Josuke's about to throw up, and I love when Jotaro says, "Oh my God, it's dead rats." He's like, "No shit." I love that line where he's like, "No shit." Love that line. And so they're like, so they combine the rats with a stand. Yeah, so you see that, so he pretty much combines, so I don't know, whatever his stand can do, he managed to somehow melt their flesh and then combine them and fuse them together into that disgusting mess that we see before us. So after that, they go on top of where the drainage pipe is, and they kind of look where it leads, and it leads directly to some house. They're like, the rat's probably already there, kill whoever lives there, and we're probably already too late, but no, why no, we gotta go investigate. So they go inside, they see the doors open, there's chicken coops, but no chickens, cars are still parked in the garage, so most likely the rat has already got them. So they go inside, they look around, Jotaro and Josuke are about to go, Jotaro finds rat shit, or rat droppings, and he's like, okay, they lead him there, which leads him upstairs. Jotaro notices the fridge opens by itself, and he's like, what the hell? He goes over there to investigate the fridge. Where we see that he's like, wait, the fridge could have opened by itself. No. And then we see this big ass rat. This rat is fucking huge. I mean, my God, that's one big ass rat. Oh Lord, I feel bad for people that don't like rats. They're probably like, oh my God, that's a huge rat. Anyway. He's like, dear God, that's a big rat. And so he's like, okay. And then he gets out of there. And then we see what's inside the fridge. It's the people that own the house. They're still alive, and their two are combined in this heap of flesh. By God, is it disgusting. Oh, and they're still alive too, so you know they're suffering. And then the rat grabs a piece of their flesh and starts chewing on it before his eyes are then met with Josuke's. He's like, shit, our eyes have met. He's like, okay, I gotta make a move for it. So first he tries to make a move in a little bit closer to the rat. He tries to move it a little closer because the table and the chair is like the only thing that's between him and the rats that would block a shot. He tries to move out of the way, but the rat stops eating. He's about to get up. That's when Josuke's like, fuck it. Takes the shot and manages to nail the rat. Not between the eyes, like Josuke wanted to, but still nails the rat. So the rat hits him, he starts flying back, but the rest of the life. He makes a run for it under the table. Josuke kicks the table out, hits the table, blocking their doorway. He hides behind the table, using it as cover. We see it stand, which is a projectile. Kind of it looks like those old cannons that were used back in like the Civil War days, American Revolutionary War. It had that kind of feel to it. Like the cannons guy looked like that. And shoots his projectile at Josuke. He's like, okay, should I grab with my bare? No, that's disgusting. And so Shining Diamond manages to grab a pan and takes the shot forward, blocking it. So he's about to go in for a second shot, but then he goes for a second shot We don't know if it hit, but then we see the rat kind of comes up, but then he finally dies. So either the man came to come, so either Josuke missed and just succumbed to its wounds from the first, because it looked like a pretty nasty hit, or B he hit it or B he hit the rat twice. And during this whole time, he's like, Jotaro, where are you, man? Where are you, Jotaro? And then so we see Jotaro with one hand in his pocket, makes his way back into the door, makes his way back into where Josuke is like, hey man, where the hell were you? He's like, there are two rats. There are two rats that have been hit with the bow and arrow. One of the guys. Then we see Josuke, and then we see Jotaro's hand. It's decayed flesh. It's decayed flesh, and it even has like these little like bubbles pop out that spews some. I don't know what the fuck. I'm not a doctor. Spews some shit. He's like, oh my god, like because Sharp Plan manages to grab one of them because he was going to analyze them, but one hit, bam, the poison started taking out toll on Josuke, Jotaro, which in turn led his hand to look like this zombie-like thing. And so he's like, and Jotaro asks him, oh, by the way, you mind fixing my hand? He's like, oh yeah, sure. So he fixes his hand with Shining Diamond. He probably also helped other people that lived in the house with Shining Diamond because they're still alive. And he said he would, so they're probably also taken care of. So then they're discovering, okay, what do we do next to take care of the second red, which ended up booking it because it must have found out somehow that his little friend over there died at the hands of Josuke Higashikata. So Jotaro calls up the Speedwagon Foundation, the research facility, and he's like, this is Josuke, just a Jotaro crew. He's like, Jotaro, we've been meaning to call you all day. Yes, I was hunting the rat, and my ringer was off. What's up? This is about Hitoshi. Yes, he said that he hit two rats with a bow and arrow. You sure about that? There was no chance he could have hit 3 or 4. No, we are sure it's 2. Oh, good grief. It hangs up. And so the rat heads, so they kind of just made their way back to where they have the camera and everything. Josuke is like, oh man, how are we gonna find the rat? Went into an open field. How the hell are we gonna find it? And Jotaro quotes this, I'm guessing a hunter, said that no animal cannot be hunted. You need to know its habits, and you just need to really know how its habits are, and he said a couple extra things. So it's like, and rats do not go under don't really usually go on unusual routes. They usually go with the routes that they're known for, that they usually went, and don't really deviate from them. And also he says that if they're not constantly eating, rats will die in a few hours. Yeah. Interesting about that. I did not know about that rats, about how they have to eat constantly, otherwise they'll die. How the hell did Remy survive in Ratatouille? Anyway, so they look around. They manage to find that the rat's been munched on like these lettuce. I'm assuming it's lettuce. That the farm that the people that own the place are growing. He knows that they have some bike marks in them along with some shit. So they know that here it's been eating here. They make their way back to the camera. Jotaro looks at the footage. He's on tape, and the rat was very cautious about the traps. He never really touched them or anything. So they end up finding more rat traps. They go searching them, and so they would lead to this pot. And I like that Jotaro just steps in there, doesn't even care. And he's also wearing like military boots for this one. He's not wearing his traditional boots or shoes that he usually wears. So nice little, I like that added touch there. I really dig his hunting outfit. Jotaro's hunting outfit, I really dig it. And so, but Josuke takes his shoes off, his socks off, and pulls his pants up, and makes his way through the water. He also says, oh yeah, by the way, watch out, Josuke, there's leeches in here. And then he drops his socks and his shoes in the water, but then the next scene he's wearing them again, so I guess he didn't mind having wet socks. So, they make their way, find rat trap, they find the tracks. They follow, but then they suddenly stop. Josuke thinks, oh, he must have burned a hole. No, this is called backtracking. I know, I must have done this before, but I never thought rats were killed. And then you got the narrator. I love the narrator for JoJo. The English dub narrator, I love this guy. I love his voice. I love everything about him. So he's like, tell us backtrack. The art of hunting of Moino's prey goes back into its own tracks to confuse hunters, so they have enough time to hide. This is common between with black bears, rabbits, weasels, and a few others in Japan, but rats are not known to do this. You may remember this happened in The Shining, when what was the kid's name? Daddy. With Daddy. You know, he like when he was getting chased by Jack. You know, he went like around the end of the movie. He kind of went back to his own tracks to confuse Jack. So it was like something like that. But the rat does that too. So the rat leaves. It reminds by its hole, and then so Jotaro and Josuke go back to back. They're like, so you're telling us the rat pulled a fast one on us? So there's no sudden movements, and then we see like the rat guy like aiming for its target, and it's like target reticle. It's like for its shot, and then it hits Jotaro right in the throat. Hits a nail right there after he ran for cover. But right when he ran for cover, he like looked into the grass. He saw something there, and it was actually one of the rat traps they set, but the rat used it on them. Clever girl. And they also decided to call the rat Buggy. So Jotaro was like, ah, shit! Josuke should say, ah, shit, my god, ah! And then it hits him right in the throat. That's when Jotaro uses the world! I like he said Star Platinum. The world! Oh, good grief. And then Star Platinum just like flicks the poison, or the little poison dart, or needle, I should say, flicks out of the way along with all the flesh that was, along with all the flesh around it, so Jotaro doesn't have to deal, or Josuke doesn't have to deal with getting poisoned. So we know Jotaro can still use the world. Like I said, why didn't he use it when he was going with Okuyasu? Like when they were going against the Hitoshi stand, like Chili Pepper. I'm still questioning why Jotaro didn't use the world then when he was trying to do that, but whatever. It was nice seeing the return of the world. So that was a fun. So I like that we did see the return of that. That was pretty cool. And it tells him like, all right, by the way, Josuke, you should put a bandage on that so he doesn't bleed. Because like I said, this was in his throat. So like the quickest way to kill someone was just to slit their throat because of blood. All the blood just kind of like flows out and they die in like seconds. So he pretty much just puts his hand against his, and he's like, now I know it's brain. So now I know where its general line of fire is. He points to like this hill area to straight ahead. So we know where the rat is, and Jotaro conceives of a plan so that he can go up there of the hill and you get the rat. So he decides that he's gonna have Josuke stay, and he's gonna be the guy that's gonna be firing the shots to get the rat. While Josuke's pretty much, or Jotaro I should say, is just pretty much gonna be making his way up the hill so that Josuke I don't know if you might give it an interview, so that Josuke can figure out where the rat is and then take the kill shot to kill the rat. So Jotaro makes his way up the hill. He fires a couple of needles. Jotaro uses the world, moves out of the way, dodges them. As Josuke found it, he said, nah, he moved as soon as he shot. So then he went again, and so then he goes up more, gets shot again. Jotaro knows where Josuke knows where the rat's hiding now, and Josuke dodges again, Jotaro dodges. Josuke finds the rat. These names, Jesus Christ, I'm even getting his names confused. Anyway, so he dodges it, but this time the rat actually got a little clever here. The rat has a little bit of cleverness to it. He was aiming for the rock, which because a couple of them like ricocheted back and managed to hit Jotaro. I think it was like in his arm and his leg, and then immediately we start seeing his flesh like decompose. It's fucking disgusting. I can only imagine what this was like when this episode, because like, when we get these on 2 numbers, they're uncut. I could only imagine the censorship that was used when these episodes first aired, on Crunchyroll and on Japanese TV 2 years ago. There must have been hella censorship for that. Because I doubt you could get away with showing decaying flesh on television. Even in Japan. So, but then again, Attack on Titan got away with, Rock's Titanfall with no censorship, so we'll have to wait and see it. So I don't know about that. So anyway, he's like, he's down to the ground. He's like, crap, shit. And Josuke looks through, he's like, I found them. He goes for again. Jotaro Jotaro uses the world, dodges it, but doesn't dodge all of them. Another one manages to hit him like in the shoulder. His flesh just keeps decomposing. Josuke knows that's where it is, and takes the shot. And he's like, "Damn!" But there's a rock blocking its way. If only he would look in this direction. Shit! But then he fires one of the rounds, which now they're using instead of the balls. They're now using pretty much sniper rifle round, just because then they give him more range and everything. And right before that, actually, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but we see next to Josuke He's actually Josuke's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do this about using these rounds. He's like, fair point. I'll do it. I'll be the one that lays the kill shot. He's like, whoa. I don't like the sound of that, Jotaro. What are you trying to say? I got the ball to finish the round off. I took care of the last, right? Didn't I? Fair point. Take 2. And just gives him 2 of the rounds. But then right when Josuke was about to go up the hill, he gave him all 4 because he's gonna be the one that needs king shot because Josuke could just fix Jotaro with Shine Diamond. So he hits the rock that's right by the rat. He purposely missing, and Josuke's like, damn it, or Jotaro, damn it, oh crap, what are we gonna do now? And then the rat looks directly at Josuke, but Josuke looks at him with the little scope he has. Ha ha ha! You're right in my line of fire, you dumb rat, and fires the next round at him and hits him directly, killing the rat. Bam. So yeah, I just love that show. That part was super badass. When we got just super close to Josuke's face, he's like, "You're in my crosshairs." That was just so badass. I love that scene. And so they're like, "Oh, good." And then Jotaro says that he reflects on Buggy's stand, which reflects our destruction of the environment. You know what? I can see it. I don't know if Araki's trying to tell us something. Maybe we need to, recycle more, become vegan, vegan and shit. But whatever. So he's like, oh, good grief. Maybe now we can finally get some peace of mind. Watch next week. That's when Kira's gonna get introduced. Watch. That's when Kira's gonna get introduced next week. Anyway, so overall, I loved this episode. This was amazing. So overall, I give this episode a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, first 9 out of 10 I've given Diamond is Unbreakable in the first time in months? Since I've been giving this series nothing but 10 cents for these episodes, so this is weird seeing this one a 9.5, but anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you like it. Links down in the description box below. As always, come back for more. See you guys next time. You guys excuse me, I'm gonna get prepared for TLC. It's about to happen in a couple hours. Honestly, not really excited for this pay-per-view. It's probably gonna be decent enough, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It might be good, it might be bad. We'll have to wait and see. Although I am hyped myself for that women's triple threat TLC match. That's definitely going to be match of the night. So anyway, see you guys next time.